Can you hear me now? I've been just going on about this little am I the a-hole. That sucks. Okay, I'm gonna start over, y'all. Can y'all hear me now? Y'all still can't hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I need somebody to comment so I can start over. Because this one is a very interesting one. Jasmine, can you hear me? Boo! She's sleeping. Let me go to my own YouTube. Let's see if I can hear myself. That really sucks that y'all couldn't hear me that whole time, though. I'm not gonna lie. Hello? Okay, I can hear myself now. Okay, so I'm gonna start over. Am I the a-hole for assuming I was invited to my cousin's wedding and making a scene when I found out I wasn't? My 18-year-old female cousin's 22-year-old female wedding was this weekend. I'm gonna call her Mary. Growing up, we were pretty close, as me and my siblings, 20 and 23, often went to Mary's house. Lately, we haven't seen each other much because all of them moved away for college, but it's still nice to see them at other family events. A year and a half ago, she met her now husband. He was invited to Christmas, Easter, and every family event since. When he was there, I noticed that Mary was a lot more distant than usually and barely talked to me but talked to my siblings all night. I figured it was probably because of our age difference. A few weeks slash months ago, we got an invitation to their wedding in the mail, or at least my parents did. My name wasn't mentioned on the invitation, which was addressed to the blank our last names. But since I still live with my parents and my brother and sister both got one, I assumed I was included. And so did my parents. But Mary's face dropped when she saw me. She pretended to smile, but I could see that something was bothering her. The wedding went on. During the cocktail, Mary came up to me and asked me why did I come since she didn't send me an invitation. I was taken back a little, but I told her that we assumed that I was included, and I asked her why didn't she invite me. She avoided the question, but after insisting a little bit, she told me that she wanted her husband's family to have a good impression on her family. And she didn't want them to know that her cousin was a lesbian because she wanted to have a normal family. I'm gonna say this and say this now. Every family got at least one lesbian and a dyke. At least one in the family. It don't matter. Like, people like what they like. Why does it matter? For context, our family is pretty open minded and all of them accept me. But her husband and his family are a lot more traditional and conservative. What I don't understand is I don't look gay, whatever that means. And they would never know unless someone told them. So I was shocked. I told her that she is sick for even caring about impressing a bunch of bigots more than her own cousin. She got mad at me, and we both got a little bit loud, which attracted attention. People came to find out what was happening. When they found out, my parents said that she was being mean and shouldn't have made it a big deal. A bunch of other people said that it was wrong of me to come when I wasn't invited. Mary started telling me to leave, so I stormed off. Baby, I would have left. She wouldn't have heard from me again. Since I have been receiving texts from her and her parents saying that I was a B for coming, making a scene, and ruining her big day. I understand that it's her wedding and she can invite whomever she wants, but her words were so hurtful and I genuinely thought I was invited. But I know it was wrong that I caused such a scene on her wedding day, but maybe I should have just left and not said anything. Am I the a-hole? No, you are not. You are not the a-hole. In my opinion, you are not the a-hole because who cares if you're a lesbian? Who cares what his family thinks? If she married her husband, what does that have to do with you? She wanted her family to look normal. A normal family has ups and downs and every type of person in it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if y'all were purple, pink, and blue. You're her family. Like that shouldn't even be anything, honestly. So I'm gonna read some of the comments, y'all. I'm gonna go with not the a-hole. If it was genuinely an innocent mistake about the invite, I mean, you live at a home, your parents and siblings were invited, you never previously was excluded. There should be no reason to think that you weren't included, even though not specifically mentioned, as you and your siblings don't live at home, so they got separate invites. Exactly. Out of interest, would your parents and siblings, etc., still have gone to the wedding if they knew that you had been excluded for being a lesbian? That's a good question. Would they? I don't think so. I don't think they would have went because they were calling her like mean and stuff. I don't think they would have went. Even about the scene, you did not cause a scene. She was the one that made the scene, and she did. She could have just looked past your attendance since you weren't harming anyone, but instead she insulted you and you defended yourself. And you did. Okay, the OP replied and said, I don't think my parents and siblings would have gone if they knew. My parents have always tried to protect me when it came to people being homophobic to me, partly because many kids kind of bothered me about it throughout high school. So I don't think that they would have been okay with it. Maybe they would have just gone to just so that there would not have been any drama, but they definitely would have been angry with my cousin. Okay, because how she gonna be mad and don't want you at her wedding when y'all was so close? She's mad. She didn't have a problem with you being a lesbian before, but now she got a problem because of her husband's family. That don't even make sense, girl. He must have been looking at you or something. I don't know, because that don't even add up. Something is off. So, let's go to the next one. Am I the a-hole for abruptly moving out because I can't stand my sister's pranks anymore? She's a prankster. All right. I, 25 female, live with my sister, 23 female, in a shared apartment. I had initially moved to this city for work and lived alone in our rental for 6 months. When my sister relocated to this city for a job, we decided to move somewhere between our offices. The lease is under her name because I subleased my previous place to a friend since I still had 6 months left on my contract. At first, the pranks were minimum and it didn't bother me so much. Think somewhere along the lines of hiding my toothbrush or tickling my feet while I was asleep. Tickling your feet while you sleep is wild. It was, hold on, wait a minute. Hiding your toothbrush is wild too. Like, that's the what? Okay. It was also new because she never really did things like this when we were growing up. A few weeks later, the pranks Pranks started escalating. She would pour water on me when I was sleeping to see my reaction. She rearranged everything in my drawers. It took me hours to clean up. She even lit a piece of cloth on fire and then bust out laughing when I started to panic. My final straw was last week. She showed new neighbors who hadn't met me pictures of me and said I was her stalker. Told them to keep an eye out. A few days later, the neighbors spotted me walking to the door. A few minutes later, two cops were knocking on the door and arrested me for breaking into the place because that's what the new neighbors told them. I had to wait at the police station for hours until my sister came to clear things up. I was so angry, I started crying. I couldn't take it anymore. I didn't feel safe in my own home anymore. And my sister still thought it wasn't a big deal because I didn't really get arrested. I called in sick to work the next day, waited for my sister to leave, then packed all of my clothes and checked into a hotel that night. Came back the next morning to get the rest of my belongings and some furniture I could stuff in the back of my car and moved out. I'm staying in my own apartment now with my friend while I sort things out. Texted my sister to let her know I'm done and she could keep whatever I left behind. Now my sister is bombarding me with calls and texts. At first it was tears and apologies. She said she went too far this time and swore up and down she would stop. When I didn't respond, she turned hostile and started calling me an a-hole. My dad stepped in today and called me to tell me he disagrees with her pranks. While he disagrees with her pranks, I shouldn't have left my sister high and dry, especially with the rent payments. Now that I won't be contributing to half of it anymore. My sister thinks I'm an a-hole for putting her in this situation and making her finances suffer. Am I the a-hole here for just leaving without a heads up? My dad says I could have just given her a month's notice so she can get things. Girl, no. Absolutely not. She's tickling your feet in your sleep, waking you up, messing with your sleep. Okay. She set something on fire and laughed at you because you started to panic. She told the neighbors you were a stalker, got you arrested, and then called you the a-hole? They say you should have gave her a month's worth of no. Stop it, I say. No. She was being very childish. Um, wow. No, you're not the a-hole, sweetheart. Someone said this. I don't get how this can be real. How was your sister not arrested once she came to clear things up? The police were all laughing my butt off. What a prankster. This is hilarious. If this is real, not the a-hole, tell your dad he can help her with the rent. Go no contact with your family. That's the one. Because your daddy taking up for her BS. No. No. Somebody said not the a-hole. She put herself in that position to pay rent by herself. Tell dad he could pay for his precious princess and then go no contact because what the actual fudge it thank you. Because no, that's too much. I would have packed myself up and left too, baby. Or would have packed it up and left too. Cause this is interesting. Am I the a-hole for lying to my boyfriend what I fed him for dessert? Hi. So I, 24 female, have a boyfriend, 24 male. I'm from Poland. He's from Spain. Since we met almost 1 year ago, he never tried any Polish food that me or my family prepared for him. If he if he just says no thanks, I would be fine. But he always comments on how disgusting it is. How he could how could we even eat it and when he gags for the whole meal. He never even tried that food. We argue about it a few times because I think his behavior is unacceptable. But he insists that the food is just horrible and he's allowed to have a preference. 4 days ago, At a family dinner, my mom asked him if he would like some glop Google translated as cabbage rolls. Not sure if it's the same thing. He once again gagged, covered his mouth, and said that he could never eat it. I was furious with him and told him he should apologize. He refused, and there was a tense mood throughout the rest of the lunch. After lunch, it was time for dessert. My mom made sirnik, which is similar to cheesecake, but is made with cottage cheese. My boyfriend refused to try that before, but this time my mom covered it in chocolate, so it looked a little different. When he asked what's that, I quickly said that it's some store-bought cake. My family didn't correct me, and we all ate in peace. My boyfriend even took a second piece. He asked where we bought it from, and I told him that it's certain that my mom had made with cottage cheese. He looked at me a little confused, and then told my mom it's good. I was happy with the result with my little lie. But on our way home, he started yelling at me. How could I humiliate him in front of my family? And how could I lie about what he's going to eat when he's already told me that that is disgusting? But you just said it was good, sir. How you going to say it's disgusting when you just said it was good? And you ate 2 slices. I asked him, what's the problem? Because he liked the cake. And he said I didn't respect him and his boundaries, and he's not talking to me until I apologize. It's been 4 days. He's not answering any of my messages, and I'm having doubts if he's right. Am I the a-hole? He's not allergic and doesn't have any intolerance. And he isn't on a diet that will make him not eat it, by the way. Okay, let's read the update. It says, oh wow, I didn't expect so many comments in 2 hours. Thank you so much for all of them. Many questions, why are we together? I study in Spain, met him at a university, and he and his friends are kind of my Spanish family now. He is usually sweet and funny guy, just not a Polish fan. We visited my family for 2 days, Friday and Saturday, and we were coming back to Spain when he snapped about the Cernic. Not sure if I should continue this relationship, but it's scary to be alone in a foreign country and lose almost every friend I have now. Is Cernic worth it? He's still an amazing boyfriend who cares about me, lights up my day. If you've ever been in love, you will understand the feeling. Still not sure if I should apologize because his behavior was very childish and disrespectful, as many of you say. But lying wasn't the best option, so I think I am guilty of that. Okay, were you wrong for lying? Yes. Yes, you were wrong for lying. However, it was good to him. So what is he really mad about? Oh, excuse me. What is he really mad about? That's what I really want to know. Because he's talking about, like, he keeps talking about you disrespecting him, but he disrespects you and your heritage and your family constantly. Your food is nasty. It's disgusting. Like, that's rude and that's disrespectful. So your little white lie wasn't really nothing compared to what he did, if we're being honest. But no sin is greater than the other. So we're going to put them on an equal platter. Both of y'all are wrong. He should apologize for being disrespectful, and you should apologize for lying. Simple as that. And he needs to be a little more open-minded. If you can't be open-minded in a relationship where you come in from 2 different backgrounds, there is nothing. There is nothing that y'all are going to relate. He may be a good guy, but he may not be your guy. And you have to accept that. And I understand that you might lose all your friends and all of that, but baby, you can make more. Don't stress yourself. Not the a-hole. I'm about to read one of the comments. He openly disrespects you by calling your food disgusting, and that he gets angry when you prove that he's just doing it to denigrate you, and not because of the food. You're twisting yourself up to prove that your food isn't disgusting, but you will never succeed because the taste isn't the point. The point of him using it is to tear you down and neg you so that he feels like he's better than you. That's what it is. I genuinely dislike most Philippine food. Never once have I insulted chicken a bodo a bo oh adobo in front of a Philippine person, not just if they were friends, not just someone I dated, literally anyone. Why? Because only a massive a-hole would do that. Exactly. Now, I'm not very nice. I'm decent at best. So how come my baseline courtesy to anyone as a mild a-hole is so far above how your boyfriend treats you and your family? What about you? Have you ever been rude to someone, even a stranger? Stop twisting yourself up to fix his hate like it was a good faith issue. Except that he does this because he wants to be a dick. Dump him. What this person said, because baby, leave this man. He's being a butthole just to be a butthole to you. That's what he's doing. You can dislike something, but you don't have to degrade someone and make them feel less than. You don't do that. That's not a good courtesy, nice young man. That is a D word, to say the least. That's not worth it. Baby, leave that man. You'll find somebody better. And you're still young, girl. You're 24. I'm 24. You're still young. I got married at 19. No, I was 18. No, I was 19. He was 18. Yeah, there we go. You got time, baby. Wait. You're going to find your person. Trust me. And you'll know when you find your person. You won't be arguing about this at all. Ooh. Am I the a-hole for not splitting my college fund with my dad's affair child? Ooh. My father dropped a big bomb on my family last year when he revealed that he had a secret son from his affair years ago. After my mom found out and gave him the ultimatum, he cut things off with the mistress and she moved away until last year when she introduced him to their son, Hank. I really don't give a damn about his latent father instinct since he didn't give up his other family any consideration when he broke the news. Thank God my mom divorced him, and now neither my brother or sister or I want anything to do with him anymore. Here's the thing though. We have a shared college fund that my mom's parents set up for us when we were little. My parents contribute almost half of the money, and my maternal grandparents contribute the other half. The account remains under my mom's after the divorce. As far as I know, he stopped contributing to that account after the divorce. Last month, I found out that my dad's been harassing my mom because he wanted to add Hank as a beneficiary to the college fund for my siblings. He said that Hank is his son and therefore entitled to the college fund that he set up for Connor, and Sophia. My mom told him off, and now he is going around harassing her online, and that they're mutual acquaintances and friends claiming that she's heartless and cruel for taking her anger out on an innocent child. And then he also had the genius idea, hey, Balance. And then he also had the genius idea to reach out to me to put pressure on my mom. He said I should consider opening up my heart to Hank, who grew up without the father and wasn't set up in life like my siblings and me. I left him on red since honestly the things I wanted to say to him are, I can't say what she said. but it might be too much. Yesterday, he changed tactics and now he wanted to withdraw all of his part of the money from the account, divide them to make sure Hank has his share and deposit the rest back into the account. Which the cap seat that since Connor and I didn't need to use the college fund for tuition since we both had full ride scholarships, the money would be divided into two parts for Hank and Sophia instead of four parts for four of his children. And now him, some of my dad's side of the family, and even the mysteries are presuming that my mom, pressuring my mom to agree to that. And I'm praying that she won't. It physically makes me angry that we're being asked to split our money that my with my dad's affair child. Even if, yes, I don't need the money to use it to pay for school, I will still need it in the future. Same with Connor. And I know for a fact that he would never use the same reason to exclude Connor and I from the fund just to have money solely for Sophia in the same situation. It's all for Hank. I understand that Hank is innocent and not responsible for his parents' action, but I don't think him as my brother. Hell, I don't even think of my father as my father, to be honest. As far as I'm concerned, my family consists of me, my siblings, and my mom. That's it. So am I the a-hole? Edit. I'm 23 and Hank is 14. This is a little difficult situation simply because it is a child, but, but, your father stepped out and had that child. So when he stepped out and had that child, that mother and father should have made sure that the children, that child, Hank in this matter, was straight. And they didn't do that. So the money that was put aside for you guys, he can't come at somebody else and be like, well, I got another child. So, we're going to split that into four ways instead of three. That's a little difficult because you should have contributed more to the pot if that was the case. And then half of that came from your grandparents. So it's a little difficult. Definitely that. Because who's to say that he only contribute if your maternal grandparents were contributing, your mother was contributing, and then your father only contributed 25% of that. So 25% of whatever is in this, now, like, come on now. That's not even worth it. So you might as well just take out the loans for your Hank, for him to go to school and pay on it and call it a day. Yeah, Mr. Hank. You're not the a-hole for not wanting to split that. Okay, so I'm about to read this reply. Not the a-hole. He can deal with his shitty decisions. The divorce is finalized. He can't go back and change the terms now. Additionally, it sounds like he didn't put in most of the money. Exactly. It sounds like he put in 25%. Either way, he no longer has any claim to it. He could take out loan. I like you. We've been on the same thing for every post. Mr. Special respond. I like him. Her. Whoever this is. It. Whatever their pronouns are. I like them. Because we be on the same page. Because this is ridiculous. Like, the divorce is final. It's over with. You made that decision to lay down and cheat on your wife. Your wife ain't do that. Your kids ain't do that. You did that, Mr. Dad. So go take out some loans for Hank, okay? Go make sure Hank's straight. OP's maternal grandparents set up the fund for their grandchildren. Hank is not one of their grandchildren. End of story. Thank you. He should be diverting all of his energy he's putting into harassing your mom and you into figuring out an additional source of income. He made his bed. Now he needs he you said that saying wrong. He made his bed, now he need to lay in it. Not he made his bed and he need to make it. The bed I already made. But I get what you're saying, Mr. Chance Champions. Somebody said, please don't let him make his bed twice. There's no need for another destitute child and the dead feet father. Thank you. He said the little saying wrong, but we get it. We get it. But he definitely don't need to make his bed twice. He grew up without a father. Who fathers that? The father. Exactly. You took the ultimatum. You gave up you gave up your son being in your life because you wanted your cake and eat it. So you wanted your wife and children, but you wouldn't cheat it. That's your fault. There's nobody else but your fault. He's not one of their grandchildren. He should not be included in the fund. No, 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 no. Not the a-hole. So these people, thank you, balance. Yes. The money he put was in there for 3 children. It's not like they died and now the mother gets the money. It would still be used for his 3 children. If the mother agrees, and I really hope she doesn't, since it's legally and ethically her children's not hers, only give him 1/4 back of what he paid. That's all Hank ever could have owned anyway. And if you give everything, you will see you'll never see the other again. 3, 4. Oh, yeah. Okay. Thank you. That was something that I wasn't even thinking about. So pretty much, if he take all of the money out, that money ain't gonna come back into that account for them kids because 2 of them are already legally grown and have their college paid for. It's just the 15-year-old little girl and the 14-year-old boy. It's not gonna make it back into that account. It's not. It's not. I'm gonna find one more and then I'm done because my baby woke up. But she's chilling right now, so I'm gonna read one more, y'all. Let's find a good one. Ooh, am I the a-hole for refusing to let my friend and her kids stay with me after she got evicted? I, 28 female, have been friends with Cara, 30 female, since college, and we've always had a good relationship. She has 2 kids, 5 male and 3 female, and is a single mom. Over the years, we kept in touch, but her life has been pretty chaotic. She struggles financially, which I get, and I've helped her out with money here and there, but I've never expected anything in return. Good, because you never give away money that you need back, period. A few weeks ago, she called me in a panic because she was being evicted. Apparently, she had not paid the rent in months and was out of options. She asked if she and her kids could move in with me just for a few months until she got back on her feet. Here's the thing, I live in a small 1 bedroom apartment and I work from home. I barely have space for myself, let alone 3 more people, 2 of them being toddlers. Plus, Kara has a big of a track record of not getting her life together, and I worry that a few months could turn into a much longer, more permanent situation. I told her that I couldn't let her and the kids stay with me because of my living situation, but I'd be willing to help her look for other options like shelters or low income housing programs. She got really upset and she said that I was being selfish and I abandoned her in her time of need. She pointed out that I'm single with no kids and I should be able to help her since I don't have any real responsibilities. She accused me of being a bad friend and not stepping up when she needed me the most. Now she's barely talking to me and I feel awful, but I also feel like I'm being realistic about what I can and can't offer. So am I the a-hole for refusing to let her and her kids stay with me even though she's in a... No, no. Your home is your peace. You cannot allow someone to come in your home and take your peace. You don't have any kids. So to have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old in your house and you got a 1 bedroom and you work from home, baby, that's messing up your whole entire day of peace. You're going to come home and hate coming home to your peace. That's not going to work. And if she haven't paid her bills in months in her own home, who's to say that she's going to help contribute to any of your bills? So it wouldn't be that she's just living there for months, which is an absolute no. You ask for 1 month, not multiple. Hey, I need a week or two, maybe a month to get my life together. I'm trying to get it out there for my kids, Not months with an S. Hey, I have a plan, This is what I'm trying to do. Can we come stay with you for a little while? Months is not going to work. And then she doesn't pay her bills. So if she comes and live with you, right, she's going to be living with you for free, taking away your peace. And I'm pretty sure you're going to end up having to feed them, cook and clean up after them. She has a track record of not getting her life together. It's not going to work ever. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to work. You're going to hate her. Y'all are going to fall out being friends anyway. She the one that laid down to make 2 kids. She's a single parent. Okay, cool. But she laid down to make those kids. Those kids are not your responsibility. You said that you previously helped her before multiple times giving her money. Who fault is that? She need to go be applying for Section 8. She need to be applying for low-income housing. She need to go apply for something. Like, she had other options during those months. She could have got on a payment plan. She could have did so many different things. So many. But she didn't do that. She could have went to church. Certain churches have, like, things to help you. She could have got connected with somebody. So if she's a single mom, that means she get food stamps, right? She get Medicaid, maybe, possibly. But, so she didn't have to pay for groceries. She didn't have to pay for, like, health care or anything. If she's struggling that bad, where was her income going if she wasn't paying the rent? That means she had some bad spending problems or something here, somewhere. She had something now, okay? You were not the a-hole, sweetheart. That ain't, no. Let's see, let's read some of the comments. Absolutely not the a-hole. You don't have the space, and you don't. And you do have, oh, there was another, she said she ain't got no responsibilities. Everybody has responsibilities. Everybody's responsibilities just look differently. When you're a mother or a father, your responsibilities are times a lot because you have children. But a person thinking that you do not have any real responsibilities only because you don't have children doesn't sound like someone who respects you as a person, but sees you as a free help to keep around. This the one. You offer her options, and after she hasn't paid rent in months, she should go down from her high horse and be happy about any help that she can get. Sorry that it had to end like this, but I think it is better to lose such a friendship than to have to help them all over for not even respect in return. Agreed. If she haven't been paying rent in months, she should have saved up to move. Exactly. And now with an eviction on her record, she'll never find a place to rent. She'll be at OP's house forever. I forgot about that too. You are absolutely right. Absolutely right. Not the a-hole. That is a guilt trip because you're not giving her what she wants. It sounds like you've been a great friend and she's showing you that she isn't one to you. Toddlers in a 1-bedroom with 2 adults is asking way too much for cooperation to what? I can't even believe that she would tell you that you don't have any responsibilities while asking for your help. Very dismissive and disrespectful, period. Curious, TikToker A, KK, L, whatever your name is. Right. Not the a-hole. You don't have room. It's that simple. You helped her out financially in the past. Not being able to magically make your 1-bedroom into a 3-bedroom plus an office shouldn't mean you're now a bad friend. If you bring three people, two of whom are tiny kids, into your work from home situation, there is nowhere for you to go besides your bedroom. And to be honest, I doubt that you'll get your privacy and quiet even there. You both have financial difficulties because your work would suffer, and I somehow doubt that you would be only covering the rent. My guess you would also be doing childcare and paying for food. Thank you. We're going to end it on that, y'all. All right, y'all. Today was Talk About a Tuesday and by the A-Hole Reddit edition. Thank y'all. Y'all have a wonderful and blessed day. My baby is crying, so I gotta go. Say bless. I love you. God loves you. You love you. Bye.